Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the last week of the Coffee Talk mini-series. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And let's recap a little bit. So the first week we talked about what it means to share the load and not trying to be the type of leader like where you're not training up people around you. And then thus you'll be burning yourself out. So we learned about how to create sustainable systems where we're training volunteers, we're training workers, and we're planning ahead. And the second week we talked about the importance of knowing that you have to change your mindset from I want to I'm going to, and be definitive in what you're doing and be confident in where God is leading you in your life. And then last week we talked about God is in the storms. So at times in our lives we can feel kind of like, lost, confused, like down on ourselves because we don't really see where God is in the midst of the storms. But God is always there and He's waiting for us and He's calling out to us to come to Him. So this week, I kind of wanted to go back a little bit, right? And that's why it's called Me, a Broom, and God. And this has been my journey and it encompasses everything that we learned, right? So earlier this year, when I decided to start the YouTube series, like I wasn't in the cleaning season yet, right? But eventually, like that word started to come to me, and thus cleaning season was created. And in those moments, I was a janitor last year, and that was a big role of mine. In those moments of cleaning, I was in a storm. You know what I'm saying? I was confused, I was lost, all those things. And what God was doing in my life, it was hard to see it in the moment, right? But God took the platform, He stripped everything that I thought I needed to succeed away. And it was just me and Him. And doors eventually started to open up as I started to appreciate what He was doing, right? And the most vulnerable moments happened in those 3 hours where I was just by myself. Nobody else was around, and I was just crying out to God. I was, singing songs of praises. Like I was having good days and bad days at the same time. But I was able to prepare myself in those moments, in those days of cleaning. And I thought it was, tedious, it was small, but it really wasn't. It was very important to God, so it had to be important to me. And it's like when He instructed people to prepare the temple and the tabernacle, they might have thought it was tedious. It was all these small parts, but God is a God that's excellent. So since I was able to do it in that time, right, of the cleaning season and up to now, God has been blessing me over abundance of the different doors opening up and me just growing maturely in my maturity and then my spirit walk as well, just going closer to Him and seeing things that this job in the past, like I wouldn't even dare to apply for it, but because You have built all these things in me without me even knowing, now I'm ready for it. Now I'm prepared. Sometimes maybe over prepared, but I'm prepared for what You are calling me to. So as you guys are going into your next days, your next seasons of life, allow God to strip away the platform. You don't need a platform, right? Jesus, He preached wherever He was. He didn't need a stage. But as that platform is stripped away, God is preparing you to be on the platform of life. So wherever you are, you'll be able to proclaim His name. You'll be able to do great things in your work, with your family, with your friends, even with strangers. So a verse I want to leave you guys with is this. It comes from Romans 8:28, NCV, New Century Version. And it says, We know that in everything God works for the good of those who love Him, They are they are the people he called, because that was his plan. So if you love God, you know what I'm saying, in everything that you're doing, God is, he's working for your good, and he wants all of us to, accept him into our lives, and like allow him to transform you. And it'll be hard to do all of these things because I was waiting on God, and I'm like, man, God, I want you to move this fast. But God is preparing you. So I hope you guys enjoy this, this message is not the regular message, but it was me just explaining how I got to the areas of my life where I am right now. So I hope if you're in that similar season, that this bless you, and that you will be able to, boldly move forward to the next seasons of your life where God is leading you to. So I don't know what the next talk is going to be about, the next mini series, but it's going to come next Friday. So I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock. And as always, I love y'all, and